The Road to the Young Farmer Final, brought to you by FMG. Well, the final stop on the Road to the Young Farmer Final this year is on the junctions of State Highways 8 and 69. We're in Fairlie, the heart of the Mackenzie country. And every year on Easter Monday, they have the fabulous Mackenzie AMP Highland Show. 116 years it's been running. And this year it features the Aorangi regional final of the Young Farmer Contest. So, in the shadow of the mighty Aorangi, Mount Cook, we're going to find out who's going to represent this region. The sun beats down on another beautiful Mackenzie country day. And early in the morning, the mountains were the last thing on the minds of our Aorangi young farmers as they were sweating over the agribusiness challenges. This week is the final chance for 8 young farmers to make it to the grand final in Christchurch next week.
Hi, my name's Cole Harris. I'm representing the Milford Clandyboy Young Farmers Club, and today I'm not too sure how I'm going to go, we'll just see.
Hi, I'm Nigel Woodhead and I'm proud to represent Pendarvis Young Farmers Club at the Aorangi Young Farmers Regional Final.
Hi, I'm Sonia. I am representing the Five Forks Club from Oamaru, and this is going to be a great day to get new experiences and hopefully take out the boys, but we'll see how we go.
How you going? I'm Sam Bryan. I'm 28 years old from Darfield. I run a mobile crutching business and I'm here to go all the way.
Hi, I'm Marshall Smith. I'm from the Upper Waitaki Young Farmers Club based out of Kuria, and hopefully I'll go all right.
Steve Smith here from Glenavi Waimeti Young Farmers Club. Hopefully go pretty well today.
Hi, I'm James Davidson. I'm a dairy farmer from Darfield, member of the Hines Young Farmers Club, and I'm here today to rip it up.
Yeah, g'day, I'm Stafford Adams from Milford Clandyboy. We're going to give it a good nudge and just see how we pan out. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Away they go to tackle the agri-skills challenges. And first-timer at the regions, Mayfield's James Davidson is finding his engineering skills a bit rusty.
If you've got some decent engineering to do, you'll get someone else to do it. They can do a better job than I can. Off a sheep and crop farm when I was younger. Dad sold that probably 12 years ago. He got cancer, so I was still too young. So when I finished school, I went off to Lincoln, did a Bachelor of Commerce and Farm Management there. Met a heap of people and had a good time, and then went overseas and travelled and did a heap of farming and come home and got stuck into the dairy farming. My partner Chloe's here, yep. She's the one that pushes me along. She's the wheels that drive me, I guess, in life and everything. But she's a teacher at Kuwi, up there where we are, so no, she's great, I love her.
I think James is relying on his natural talents and intelligence for today. Hopefully it'll get him through.
Tynwald's Nigel Woodhead's pumping out the first aid and proving that you need skill and a bit of stamina.
He had electrical mishap on the farm and he's non-responsive, so we just got to try and keep him alive until help gets here. Last year I didn't go too bad. I think I ended up about 5th overall. Just missed out on the final round by a couple of points.
Keep going, keep going. How long would you do it for?
It'll help, right?
Good man. Keep going.
Good CPR can double or even triple a victim's chances of survival. And in a real-life situation, you might need to keep going for at least half an hour.
Keep going, CPR.
Nigel's partner Leanne's in Fairlie to support him.
We currently live in Ashburton. Nigel is a grain and seed rep for Midland Seeds, and I work at Latitude magazine, which is a lifestyle magazine, and we're operated out of Ashburton.
Darfield's Sam Bryant is working on the Honda quad bike. For Sam, this is his 4th go at the regionals.
See how it goes. Just chuck on the back wheels. We had to fix the mud flaps and the box on the front, which I've never done before. But I have chucked the back wheels on. Find the oil in the modern motorbike's not that easy either. No, I don't have any motorbikes, so I don't do much maintenance on them. The models have been tricky, challenging. Just like the exam this morning was challenging too.
He's done this a few years in a row now, so he's hoping to get through to the grand final.
I'd like to think that I'm another shot this year. I got 2nd last year and the guy who won's not coming back, so we'll give it a good crack anyway.
So we're just checking over this digger for a pre-start to just jump on it.
North Otago's Stephen Smith gets the digger going and gets it off the trailer too.
Then they've got to pick up 2 logs and throw them in the tyre and fill the cup.
So I grew up in Whakatane, up in the North Island. Currently down in Oamaru in the 5th season, contract milking. Farm for the olds, going pretty well.
Stephen's partner Tinika is cheering from the sidelines.
We are on a 950 cow farm in Papakayo, dairy farm. I work also at the vets and raise calves for Stephen.
The only woman competing today, Sonia Dobby's back into the paperwork analysing fertiliser.
At the moment I'm just doing a sort of farm-based thing on the effluent and just questions about how many cows they have, rainfall, and a bit about the Canterbury Land and Water Regional Plan. So I grew up on a farm in South Otago. We're a sheep farm. We've now converted to dairy about 10 years ago, so sort of grown up a bit knowing both. I'm now working for a vet clinic, so working as a large animal technician, so it's doing a bit of large animal work and do small work as well.
And Sonia's partner Rob is really impressed with their progress so far.
She's actually doing quite well today, I'm quite surprised.
Tamuka's Cole Harris is testing his butchery skills and has to find a medallion in a leg of lamb.
We do a bit of hunting, so try and bone the deer out ourselves, but just cut down tendons from memory, all those bits there to get it out. There should be one in there somewhere. I'm originally from Wanganui. I grew up on a sheep and beef farm back at Wanganui. Then went to Lincoln University and did a BCom Ag and a Diploma of Agriculture first. Now I'm low order share milking in Aorangi.
Cole now has to cook his steak to medium rare perfection on the barbecue. Ashburton's Stafford Adams is selecting some export quality lambs to go to the works.
You're asking a dairy farmer how to pick a sheep, but we're going with nice long back, plenty of bitty back steaks and bits and pieces in there. Decent rump on her, plenty of shoulder. Grew up on a sheep and beef farm, or at the south end of the Aorangi region. Now working on a dairy farm at the north end of the Aorangi region.
We live up in Ashburton on a 380-ish cow farm. It's 100 hectares.
Turns out that Stafford and his wife Sarah don't see eye to eye on his abundant facial hair.
There was a bit of an argument about whether it was going to come off or stay on for the regional final, but put the foot down and told the wife it was stay until duck shooting, and so it is.
Another hairy one is 30-year-old Marshall Smith, who comes from Richie McCaw country, Kurau.
Here I'm going to attempt to do a figure 8 knot. Don't do a lot of fencing. Get contractors in to do my fencing. There we go. So at the moment I'm managing a dry stock property for the family operation, which includes a couple of dairy farms. We're milking a couple of thousand cows, and I look after all the young stock. So I've got 700 calves, 500 rising twos, and a couple hundred carryover cows. Didn't quite get finished, but enough to keep the cows in, I think.
Getting a fix on the scores, and Nigel Woodhead, who competed last year, is in the lead, with newcomer James Davidson not far behind. Sam Bryan and Marshall Smith proving themselves worthy too. The Aorangi head-to-head challenge is a cook-off. In the best traditions of cowboy tucker, a Lone Star steak meal is on the menu, and when they're done, it'll be auctioned off. The final meal judged on quality, presentation, and of course the price it commands at auction. A bit of a setback for Stephen Smith as his egg rolls off the bench and smashes on the grass.
I don't want to burn him, I just want to get him nice and warm through all the way.
I am getting hungry. Well, I don't like mushrooms very much though.
Look at that. Beautiful. A little bit of caramelisation on the crust, that's what you want.
The barbie's just having a few temperamental issues.
Halfway through the challenge, and Cole Harris's barbecue is still not up to heat, so he has to compromise and share with fellow competitor Nigel Woodhead.
I'll be right. No good mates.
Oh, onions are a bit burnt, I'm not going to lie.
Sonia's feeling she's got it sussed.
Might become my new signature dish.
Yeah, woo, wiggy, woo.
The first of the contestants is plating up, and before the auction the steaks are tested to see if they are in fact the required medium rare.
Nigel, how do you think you compare?
Oh, not bad. The eggs are a bit munted.
Got the steak almost there. Not quite, and the potatoes are just keeping warmer on the other side.
And it was Stephen Smith's slow and steady approach that gave him the edge in terms of quality, presentation, and he got the big bucks too. After the break, on the road to the Young Farmer Final from Fairlie, Mackenzie country, there's some rocking good agri-sports action, followed by a very tense finish. Fairlie is the home of the Mackenzie High Country AMP show, held every Easter Monday, and it has a history spanning 160 years. It always attracts a huge crowd, and they're also there this year to support the main spectator event, which is the agri-sport. The first task is to run an electric fence to the end of the course, and then it's back for the chainsaw. The judges have eagle eyes, and 3 of the contestants get 30-second penalties for starting their chainsaws without their hands in the safety glove.
Use the glove.
Sam Bryan didn't fall for that one though, and he's showing some artistic flair in sculpting a dog, much like Mackenzie's sheepdog. Sam's the first one to the wine tasting table and does have a hint of the wine connoisseur about him. While Stafford clearly has a different opinion of wine, he probably prefers a beer. The next job is to pump up the motorbike tyre, and then it's a sprint to the motorbike to put the wheel on the quad. Next up is to treat a hoof for lameness, probably the least of that cow's troubles. Then they collect their fence post on the bike, but there's a sneaky little safety penalty for the unwary, and a few are falling into the trap.
He's got string hanging down off his post and it can wind around the axle and cause an accident.
Digging a hole in the rock-hard ground is tough, but there's not a lot of sympathy from the judges.
Well, they'd be pretty happy if they got 130 mils of rain, otherwise the ground would be pretty hard.
When they finally get their hole deep enough, they need to put in the post and swing the gate they made earlier. Once the gate is hung, they need to fix a bungee gate to the waratah. At the end of the electric fence are 2 fertiliser sacks, which must be filled. And we're seeing great camaraderie in the face of stiff competition as the 2 leaders, Sam and James, take turns to fill up their fertiliser sacks. With no hands, Sam tips over the container of flour to find the Easter egg and comes up a winner.
That was one of the most physical ones I've ever done by far, yeah. That was hard, yeah.
James Davidson not far behind.
Absolutely knackered. Good fun. I need a drink. It's dry, that flour.
As the rest of the competitors come in, it's starting to look a bit like a Day of the Dead festival. But it's lucky they've got a couple of hours to clean up before the night show. So after the practical events, James Davidson's on top of the leaderboard, with Nigel Woodhead just a couple of points back. And last year's runner-up Sam Bryan's dropped back a little. Cole Harris has made it into the top 4 on a countback. Exhaustion, nerves and adrenaline make for a potent cocktail going into the evening show where quick thinking is vital.
Yeah, heart's going fairly well, I guess you could say.
Well, I'm pretty knackered. I'm going to have to find some energy from somewhere to get through the night.
Oh,
Their nerves are killing me, to be honest.
What is the name of the Duke and Duchesses of Cambridge's James Davidson?
George.
George or Prince George is correct for 2. Who coaches the Hurricanes rugby?
So first timer at the regionals, James Davidson has a 2-point lead, but Nigel Woodhead has been there before, and experience does count for a lot when it comes to the question and answers. Sam Bryan, who's currently in 3rd place, has got his eye on the prize this year too.
We'll go to Sam. China. China is correct.
The category winners so far are Marshall Smith, who's taken out the Agri-Growth Challenge. James Davidson topped the Agribusiness. Stephen Smith was the winner of the Agri-Sports section, and winner of the Agri-Skills modules, Nigel Woodhead, who also won the section last year.
Right irrigation.
That is correct for 2.
Only the top 4 can go on to the next round, and it's time to deliver the speeches that they prepared earlier.
We all get told on a daily basis to knuckle down and milk cows for a few years. Go share milking, they say. It'll be worth it, they say.
Nutrient losses are set by Overseer. Overseer looks at the whole farm model to work out your nutrient losses for an average season.
What would you say if I was to tell you that between 45 and 50% of the world's carrot seed is already produced in Canterbury?
Dedication starts early. You have to be positive. You have to have an end goal. And you have to be prepared to take risks and work hard.
Is New Zealand's most commonly used...
It's the final fast buzzer round. Nigel Woodhead getting a few points back, but the points are being spread amongst a number of contestants, making it tricky for Nigel to rein in James Davidson.
That is correct. What is the term given to cattle without horns? Sam Bryan.
Pole.
Pole is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a hand.
Congratulations.